All right, team, welcome to our October 2nd Lunch and Learn. So this is the way that September fell. Actually, there's only one day left in the first week of October. And of course, the good news of that means that it's a 5-week month.
Yay.
So even though tomorrow is October 3rd, that ends week 1. So if you do have your calendar handy, just to be clear on all of your specials, the week 1 ends on the 3rd, which is tomorrow, and then week 2 ends on the 10th. So do note in your calendar that that's October 10th is the deadline for your level 1 rich rewards. So if you're shooting to get that $250 in jewelry of your choice, then October 10th is where you need that 1,000 to be submitted. Then the remaining weeks are ending the week of the 17th, then the 24th, and then the month actually does end on the 31st. I feel like it's so rare that Real World and Park Lane World end on the same day. But the thing to keep in mind for this month especially is going to be that you're going to want to close your shows by the Tuesday. Because once people are out in the streets and crunching the leaves and trick-or-treating with their little kids and answering the door, they're not going to be as inclined to close their party. And this is the closeout of the trip. It's the closeout of a 5-week month that you're going to be probably really likely to be going for, whether it's a promotion or helping someone else get their promotion. The worst scenario is when you're trying to nail people down in the middle of a holiday, especially the kind of holiday that exhausts parents and has people like, that's it, I'm putting the kids to bed, I'm sitting on the couch, I'm going to bed. So, you know, the kids are all riled up, they're sugared up, the parents feel sick to their stomach, they ate too much candy, all of that. So please keep in mind that those hostesses from the weekend, and I'm actually looking at it myself, I'm working Friday night, 2 on Saturday, and 1 on Sunday. Those girls, I'm going to try to close everybody on the spot. The other thing that makes, you know, my favorite quick tip on closing shows timely is to do the hostess order at the party. Even if she still plans to get more orders, then base it on, you know, kind of judge by what she has. Because if she's at 5 orders, it's less likely she's getting to 10 than if she has 8 orders. Somebody with 8 orders is getting to 10. So I would do the hostess order based on 10 and then remind her that if she doesn't have 10, it's going to be a significant decrease and whatnot. You want to walk out of there with her credit card information, so that really it's just some quick text confirmations back and forth, worst case scenario. So that if you're not going to have time to talk to her on the phone, or she doesn't feel inclined to call you, all you have to do is say, okay, you know, this is where we stand. I'm going to process your order as I have it. Since no more, you know, the orders are where we left it, or you were at 10, 8, you got to the 10, so your order is all set. Any last minute changes, if I don't hear from you by 10, I'll know we're good to go. That way you can proceed on with or without her. That makes a big difference, because a lot of times what gets to be the obstacle is the payment. So worst case scenario, if you didn't get her order, get her credit card. So that all she has to do is text you a list, maybe, of what she wants, and you're getting back with a total. You already have her credit card info, because some people don't like to text their credit card info, or they don't like to send it on Messenger. I'm actually surprised how many people send their information on Messenger. To me, that's way less secure than texting. But in any event, the more information you leave that party with, the easier it is for you to close that show timely. And like I said, when month end is Halloween, you got to be on your A game with closing your shows and having the information that you need. Hi, Becky. Hi, Elizabeth. So that is our calendar dates. So wanted to make sure you were aware of a couple of different things with regards to the monthly specials. Number one, leaders, areas and above, right? Areas and above, all got a monthly goal for the team. And there's a prize for meeting the goal. And then there's a designer bag for those that are most over goals. So those of you that are areas and above, please do check they were actually emailed to us in a pretty email. If you've not seen that, let me know. I'll double check the report and make sure that you know what you have. And we love when they do it as a month, because now instead of it being the last 2 weeks and people sitting around on their orders, it's just consistent the whole month. So we will, of course, continue with our consistency awards this month. I actually have to post this week's update. So there's never any reason to hold on to your sales. People want their jewelry and you want your paycheck. So there's no reason to work on a Saturday and not get paid for another 3 weeks. If that's what's happening, that's really your own fault. Park Lane is willing to pay you within 7 days. So please make sure that you are closing your things on time. Now, one of the things that was so successful with so many of you and so many Park Laners worldwide earning those earrings, the rose earrings for Shirley's birthday, was that they shipped them as they were earned, right? So on a recent call, I said, part of why it was so successful is that as people received them, they posted them right away on social media. And other people were like, ooh, I want mine. I want to get my show closed. Or if people had an 800 and their next show wasn't for 3 weeks, instead of waiting for that to occur, they went and found $200 in orders to get them in to get the earrings. So when I talked about this with some people from the home office, I asked, are those new crystal long earrings ready to go? Because if we can get the same thing going, then that's going to move along as well. And they said that they are. So now these are not earned in the same way though. So did you see that? Did you see the earrings that I'm talking about?
Yes.
They are freaking hot.
Hot? I mean, seriously, those are hot earrings. And I mean, if nothing else, they're your New Year's Eve earrings. I don't care if you bring them out once a year and you wear them on New Year's Eve, but that's what we're all doing. We're all twinning on New Year's Eve, and we're wearing these with the lowest cut top that we can find. That's what we're all wearing. So
our Vegas earrings.
So the way to earn these earrings is when you qualify a new recruit, or to be the new recruit that's qualifying. So any of you that are on this or watching that are brand new, the sooner we do your launch with $1,000 in sales, the sooner you receive those earrings, and the sooner that your recruiter receives those earrings. Now, you see what that means though? If you're a brand new team member, you stand to earn 2 pairs of those earrings, because you can earn one as the new person, and then let's recruit someone in your first month. And when you recruit someone who qualifies, there's your second pair.
Wow, nice.
So that means that all of you that are new and all of you that are not new that are launching someone new, let's look at what they stand to gain by qualifying one person in this 5-week, very long month. They're going to get the earrings. They're going to help someone else get the earrings, and they'll promote to branch all at the same time. So they're going to end the month with bonus jewelry, a raise, and whatever other rich rewards and whatnot they offer. Because remember, if you do that 1,000 by the 10th, you're essentially double dipping, because you're going to get the earrings. In their case, when they're new, they're going to get the earrings, and they're going to get their $250 in rich rewards. And when you help somebody launch in that type of a way, that's people who are excited. They've been here 5 seconds and they have earrings. They have $250 more in jewelry. They got paid. They have bookings coming up. These are people that are off to a strong start. So anybody that you're launching, make sure that they are aware of this special so that they can start collecting pre-orders so that they're ready when their show comes with their outside orders, because the sooner they go in, the sooner those earrings are going out. Which leads me to just point a little something else out. So I said earlier about how it was so exciting as everybody was receiving their earrings, they were posting, you know, the photo of it. That's something that you want to do with any gift that you receive that is Park Lane related. So when you earn your Rich Rewards and that jewelry comes, you should be posting a picture of that and why you got it. So thanks, Park Lane, for sending me $250 worth of additional jewelry just for doing my shows last week. When I send you a gift, post it and say why you got it. Can't believe that just because I put a show in, I won a weekly consistency raffle. All of these things are important to do, not so much to give kudos who sent it to you, because that's not what it's about. It's about giving kudos to yourself for earning it, because it builds your credibility in your social media circle. Yesterday I was talking to Tamika, and she, you know, she's gotten 1,000 Facebook posts lately because she did almost 7,500 last month. She was number 1 on our team and number 3 on Mary Grace's team, which means she was only behind Mary Grace herself and Shannon Pelosa, I think it was, which is just out of this world. Meanwhile, she was probably only about $3,000 away from getting those $250 shoes from Mary Grace. But because that, for those of you that are new, the first time that you beat Mary Grace in sales, she buys you a $250 pair of shoes. You can buy them yourself, or you can wait till the next time you're together and she'll go shopping with you. So having been someone who has gone shopping with Mary Grace before, it is like the best experience of your life, because she just picks up anything. She doesn't even look at price tags. Like she bought me my dress when I promoted to company VP, and we were in Nordstrom, and I would turn around and find all these dresses in here, and I was looking at the price tags. I'm like, I'm not even putting this one on. This is like $500. She's not spending $500. But it was so much fun. We went to lunch, and then because my dress was way less expensive than she was planning on spending, she's like, I'll get your purse and shoes too now. You are ridiculous. How about you just enjoy the bargain? Nope. And let me tell you, I use that purse every single convention, that black sparkly clutch. So anyway, my point is that what Tamika was telling me was, because she's had so much frenzy on her social media page, her most recent recruit came to her and said, you know what, I've been watching your success, and I thought, you know what, I will join with her because clearly she knows what she's doing. So that's why I try to post on your pages a lot, and all the leaders try to post not just in the team page, but on your actual page, so that your friends and family sees, like, hey, she's actually doing a really good job of this over there. You may have people in your life that are super skeptical, okay? If it wasn't for things on my social media page, I don't know that my mother would even know I worked here. So this is something that helps build your credibility among your, you know, social media friends. She was telling me too that there are people like liking the posts, or she got a couple of private messages from people she hasn't even heard from in ages, and she was like, they are watching. So you just never know who's watching from afar or from a close that will want to get in on a piece of your magnificence. So don't feel like you are, you know, like you're out of line by doing that. Anytime you receive something, throw it out there, because most people's jobs aren't sending them gifts for doing the job. They act like they're doing you a favor to pay you half the time.
That's true.
We're getting all kinds of extras that, of course, you earn, but, you know, they are extras. So do that. And when you see it on other people's pages, comment, because the more comments on there, the more people see it. By the way, another tip that I learned from some social media mavens is, when you post something that you're proud of, tag like your husband or your best friend, a hostess who helped you get there, something, because when you do that, it shows in more news feeds. So if you tag, let's say you earned rich rewards because you did shows for Sue and Mary, then tag Mary and Sue in that post, because you can even give them an extra shout out. Thanks to your amazing shows, I was able to earn these extras. Looking forward to giving some of it away at Mary and Fran's party that are booked from yours. You know, like the more people that you involve in the posts, the more that's out there. Because then guess what? Mary's friends are like, man, I missed that party. Oh, good. Her sister booked. I'll make sure I go to that one. Do you see all the things that kind of snowball, that can potentially snowball out of these social media posts? So just a couple of different extra strategies that I wanted to make sure you were aware of. The trip. Now, some of you are like rolling along towards the trip, and some of you are like saying bad words under your breath, feeling like it's like a little, you know, a little out of the, you know, what if I only had one more month, I would get it or whatever. But here's the thing. What if they do give one more month? That's why you cannot stop, because the worst feeling on earth is to decide today, October 2nd, that you're out. And then they announce on November 1st that they're giving us another month. October is awfully early to end the trip, like in Park Lane World, so I would not be surprised that there is an extension. Now, I say that not so that you'll use the time. Like if you're close, you want to finish this month. But if you're not that close, but you would be if there was another month, then I really implore you to plow hard this month. Because if they do announce the extension and you did drag your feet this month, you will really want to hurl yourself into traffic. And that is the worst, the worst, the worst. So please don't do that. This is, I'm finding, the time of year truly that the yeses come back to you. Meaning that there were people that you asked if they wanted to have a show over the summer and they said no. But they say yes in October and November because it's not 400 degrees. They're not doing summer travel ball with their kids, or they just don't have that, you know, my friends are all away, okay? They're not away anymore. October and November are truly the two best months of the year, but they're only the two best months of the year when we make them the two best months of the year by following up with all those people that postponed out of September, postponed out of August. My friends are away, no one's coming. Those are the people that we circle back to now, and much more typically get the yes. And then even at your shows, one thing I love about a long month is that people don't hesitate to book within the same month. So the show that I did on Sunday, I did offer the $100 in extra shopping if they booked October, and they did. One booked the 12th and one booked the 27th. So that was fantastic. The 12th is next Friday. It didn't feel like that when she booked it, though, because, well, it was actually September 30th when she booked it. So it was like, yeah, next month, October 12th. But people are definitely ready to socialize. They are not yet getting bombarded with the holiday party invitations. That's what starts kicking in that first week of December, right? That's where you start hearing that, oh, it's my work Christmas party that night. Oh, that's my husband's Christmas party that night, or whatever. That's where we run into some scheduling things in December, but we don't have that in October and November. So please do make sure that you are, you know, doing that asking now. And looking back to, like, I looked at my show list today on the field interface, and the bottom, like, 7 or 8 are people that need to be rescheduled, because when people cancel, I don't take them out of the field interface order entry, because then I forget about them. I leave them there, and I'm like, look at this. These are 8 people I got to get back with. So that is something on my list for today. Question or thoughts on that? Does anyone want to say anything on anything I've said so far before I move on to a new topic? Ideas, thoughts, words of support? No? Okay. So then there was a note about the RMA system in this month's network that I want to make sure that you're aware of and let you know like what ultimately the company is trying to do.
Yes.
So you know how right now there's like 100 ways to do an RMA. It's like if it's discontinued, you still need the paper, but you can use the paper if it's not discontinued too, if you can't find it. But then when you try to do electronic, there's things that the electronic doesn't work, right? If it was like a 3 booking ring and the electronic doesn't work, so you have to use the paper. They are currently working on a full streamline so that the paper is just going to be not needed anymore. And part of that is that when we send in an order, you know how people who place outside orders get on the link, they get a receipt emailed to them? Soon, and I hope it's not Park Lane soon, I hope it's regular people soon. When we submit an order, everybody's going to get an emailed receipt.
Yes.
So the point of that now becomes when people need to make a return, their receipt should be in their email. Just like when I want to return something to Macy's, I do an email search, right? We all do that. When I need to find anything, any kind of something I need, I do an email search so that it doesn't become, well, I threw that paper out. Okay, check in your email. Because we want people to start handling all of their own returns. Right now, I still do, listen, if people show up to the party with broken stuff, I do take it. But more often it's, hey, Michelle, I don't know what I did, or my necklace got caught on the desk at work. I'll email them the RMA. But now it should be even easier to say, here's the link to do an RMA, here's the link to return it. And then they proceed on their own. So they did do the add-on, and I know there was a little discussion about this, that for the after 120 days, they are going to start doing a $650 return shipping.
They've already started.
Yeah, which is pretty standard for any return. In fact, I bought something online yesterday, and the return policy came up. And it was funny. $650 was exactly what they would charge, and not after 4 months. Like today, if I was returning it, it would have cost $650. But it's not per piece.
Michelle?
It was per piece for me.
It's not supposed to be per piece. I will say that. And I don't know if that's still part of what they're working on or what, but it's supposed to be per transaction, which they're going to consider to be 5 pieces. So that even if it's us doing 5 different customers' pieces, but sending them to us, it would still be $650.
All right. Because I had to pay $650 per item, even though I was trying to do one transaction. And when I called, they said that they would try to reimburse me the $650, but I had to pay for it twice.
Make sure that you get reimbursed, because it is not supposed to be per piece. And what I think I'm going to do in the meanwhile is I'll just use the paper and only provide them $650.
That's what I'm going to do next time until it's squared away.
Until it's fixed. And I will ask what's the time frame, because that is not supposed to be, Dale.
Yeah. Well, thanks.
Becky, were you trying to say something there? Okay, thanks.
Yeah, but I walked back in the cafeteria. It's too loud. I'll post it.
Okay. Thoughts or questions on that? I will say a great way to try to not have to pay the $7 and the $650 is every flash sale that you process, every personal order, everything, you keep that receipt.
Yeah.
So that when you break a unicorn necklace that's old, return it on a receipt that's new.
Yes, that's a good idea.
Because it's still yours. So I'm not saying to do that for every customer on the face of the earth. I'm saying for our own stuff and for things that we're trying to, maintain. Because honestly, the reason why they're doing this is because of abuse by people who work here. Customers are fine. It's girls that hold on to jewelry for years and years, And then when a new catalog comes out, they send in 40 pieces of old stuff to exchange for new stuff. Or they wait for it to be discontinued so they know they can't get it again, and then do 10 pieces that are no longer available. And it's a shame that people do this. It's like the classic answer to this is why we can't have nice things. You know, there are people that do this. So as you're not going to find that this is a big deal to you when you're just doing your normal business the normal way. This was meant to curtail people doing that, which clearly was none of you based on the look of the faces that you just all gave when I described that. Because it's like, who even thinks of these things? Who even thinks of that? And honestly, to me, that's the perfect example of, like, what's that phrase that you say about dogs? Like, don't crap where you eat. Like, this is who pays us. Don't steal from them. Why are you stealing from your own company? That's what people do when they do that. So that's what they did. I hope that you love the new RRC for this month. I hope that you saw that photo. Jennifer Bond was modeling it. This will be a great seller, I think.
Beautiful.
Just a nice neutrals. And as Sylvia Elsay had pointed out, like, I am showing hardly any hematite right now. I don't know about you guys, but I just don't have a lot in my kit. And into be nice to refresh with some new hematite pieces as we move into winter. And I hope everybody has their pumpkin going, right? I haven't submitted anything yet, so I don't have anything going in, but I will soon. So keep this out. I just feel like colorful trackers are fun to have. And oh, look at you. Oh, she colored in the stem. That was smart. So you had some action to get going on. I'm going to stick with the whole, with the completion prizes. So here's what I'm going to do. Any month that you complete the whole sales portion, you're going to receive a piece of jewelry, a good piece of jewelry. Anytime that you complete all the recruiting section, you'll receive a piece of jewelry. And anytime that you complete the whole thing, you get a signature bracelet. So that's going to be standard. So it's going to be, actually what I was planning on doing was complete the whole sales section, receive a thank you award, receive the whole, so, you know, that way you have another thank you piece to show. The whole recruiting section, which in this case is the cutouts, you can receive a thank you award. And when you receive when you fill out the whole thing, any month that you complete the whole thing, you get to pick the signature bracelet of your choice. So that'll be fun. I thought that would be fun. So keep coloring it, but of course you also have to show it to me because there's no real way for me to know all of that without you telling me. Thoughts, questions?
Is it really loud, Michelle?
Yes. She must be on like playground duty or something. This guest special, I will say that for the normal, like normally, I don't always show the guest special. So, meaning whatever the thing that they can get for 14 or 15 or 16, whatever the company chooses, with a $30 purchase, they can get one. However, this is the time of year to show it. Because first of all, this Blair necklace, they can only receive with each $30 purchase. So if they buy $30 order, they can buy one, 60, 90, etc. Most customers are doing $90 orders so that they get the bonus item. And of course, we know it's one $200 bonus item. So, but we never want, like, that's a better deal. The bonus item is a better special than this, right? It's a $200 item. This is less. So we never want them to choose this instead of that. So the smart thing to do is to get a hold of one of these, preferably on a customer order, not on a supply order, so that you get your credit for purchasing it. And then just keep it at the checkout. Just put it on like a small neck or a little roller or whatever. Just have it displayed nice right where you're taking the orders. And at the end, when they have picked out everything and you're about to do the math, then say, Elizabeth, with your purchase here, you're actually entitled to purchase as many as 3 of these. Would you like to grab a couple of these for yourself or for gifts? And let her decide if she wants to throw those on at the end. If you get 1 or 2 per order over the course of a month, because these are $15 each. Let's say 5 guests bought one of those at each one of your shows, and you did 1 show a week, right? So 5 times 15. 15 times 5 is 75. Times, let's say 5 shows this month. That's an extra $375 non-commissionable sales. Now, $375 we're not getting paid on, true, but could you use $375 towards your Rich Rewards? Could you use $375 towards your trip and any other contest you're working on? Because it does count towards your Mercedes. It counts towards your anniversary, your Scott Week goal if you're a leader. That all adds up. So as a leader, those of you with teams, think about your whole team doing $375 extra for the month and what that adds to your volume. And if you're a brand new fashion director, that means that $375 and you're trying to hit 1,000 to get your Rich Rewards level 1, 1,000 minus $375, you only need $625 to hit your Rich Rewards for $1,000 level, let's say. So I'm just saying that this is the time of year to maximize those. Okay? Any thoughts or ideas on that? All right. Well, there were great ideas shared about theme shows that were, I posted the videos on that were in the focus that I put up for you. If you look in the Fields interface and you'll see the invitation templates for any holiday type, any Halloween theme type of show. So use those templates to kind of build some excitement. And I would finally, as closing, I would encourage you to have a sign on your table for the rest of the season that says now hiring for the holidays or hiring for the holidays, because so many women right now will be going out and will go to Kohl's or Target or Bed Bath & Beyond or something like that to go get a part-time job to help pay for the holidays. I have a friend who is in direct sales, and she did that in Macy's for 1 season, and in the end, it cost her money to do it. She had Thanksgiving Day ruined. She had the day after Thanksgiving was ruined. She worked all kinds of Saturdays. It took time away from her family, from her regular direct sales business, and she spent so much money working there. Whereas here, you don't have to do any of that. Your Thanksgiving does not get ruined because you started selling Park Lane jewelry, because it's not even just the day after Thanksgiving anymore. Now they make you work on Thanksgiving. Okay, we're not doing that. We are helping people work around the job and life they already have, get a discount on what they want to purchase for the holidays, and help their family and friends to do the same. So please make sure that you are wording it just like every other store is. When you walk up to Kohl's, if you walk past any strip mall in your town, if you go to the regular shopping mall in your town, every store is going to have a hiring for the holidays sign. So let's make sure that we're not missing the boat and that we're also hiring for the holidays. All right. It is 12:38. Any other thoughts or questions before we wrap this up today?
No. On Mary Grace's call the other night, Michelle, you saw my post. She had us write down a sentence to fill out. And not everybody was on that call, but I thought that was really cool. If everybody,
tell us what the sentence is.
If everybody else could do it too. She said to write down, if I had blank, I would blank. Mm-hmm. And fill it out at our convenience and send it to her somehow to show her that we filled it out. And I sat and thought about it, whether long term or short term or just whatever. But mine was, if I had a division team, because I'm area, I would drive a Mercedes. And I think that's a tangible goal. That's a, and if all of y'all that weren't on that call could do it too, I think it would help also for the holidays for goals. I liked it. I thought it was neat, but I wanted to share that with y'all if y'all weren't on that call with Mary.
Yes. So now tell us again so everybody can write it down.
Everybody gets a pen.
So tell us again.
If I had blank, I would blank.
And it is amazing how many different ways you can fill that out, because you're going to have your knee-jerk reaction where it's like, if I had time, I would, what would you, and then you answer it based on time. Then you have the money thoughts and you have more goal-oriented thoughts. So I would love to see some answers to that. In fact, I'm going to start a thread on the team page with that. And then anybody who answers it, I'm going to schedule a one-on-one call if you'd like one, so that we can talk about what you wrote and how we can use your Park Lane business to accomplish it if it was something that you wrote that was accomplishing. So I would love to see what people write. That's awesome. Thank you for sharing that. Oh, and the final thing I'm going to do on this Zoom is the Money Monday draw. So Jennifer Ewert wrote down her 4 shows booked last week. So did Beth Faust. So did Joy Perry. And so did Casey Thompson. So Beth Faust is the winner of Money Monday. So I'm going to send you out something that will help you with your business, Beth, and great job. That is how you fill your calendar. Every week, 4 new occasions to show the jewelry gets written on your calendar. And I love the way that you girls will take the photo and post it, because that's what it takes to have that running margin alongside your calendar there, so that you see, oh, geez, it's Saturday and I only have 2. That post is going up at noon on Monday. I have, 36 hours to finish find these 2 more names. Okay? So I encourage you all to add that into your calendar. All right, everybody, have a great rest of your day, and looking forward to seeing what you write in your
sentence.
Love it. Have a great rest of the day, everybody.
You too. Bye.
Bye.